All right, welcome everybody back to the channel. It's Saturday. I hope everyone's having a wonderful start to the weekend. This is going to be a real quick video to show you another Hall of Fame autograph I picked up. By the cards you see behind you, there's a little bit of a tease into the player that I picked up an autograph for. As I previously mentioned in some other videos, including last weekend, there was only 2 Hall of Fame players that signed for the 2001 Bowman Heritage autographs when they did the reprint set. One was Bob Feller, probably the best pitcher of the 1940s, and the other is Warren Spahn, from the best pitcher probably of the 1950s. I'll show you his autograph in just a second, but I wanted to talk just a little bit about Warren Spahn because I think there's a lot of, you can get a lot of good deals when you're looking at great baseball pitchers of all time. His accomplishments during the 50s and 60s were far outshadowed by the hitting accomplishments of many of the star position players of that era. But he was totally legit, and I'm going to pull out the autograph here so you get a chance to see it. This was near the end of his life when he was signing. He only signed for 2 more years after 2001 before he passed away in 2003. So he's in 2002 and 3 products. This was his only Heritage auto, especially his only Bowman Heritage auto. So it was his 2001 Heritage auto. And, I am a big fan of these cards, and I would like to be able to get this encased like the Bob Feller that is positioned behind it. But for Warren Spahn, like so many other players of his era, served 3 years in World War II. He had only appeared in 1942 before he went off to be in the war for 43, 44, and 45. He actually had a pretty distinguished war career. He actually was part of the Battle of the Bulge. He also was awarded the Purple Heart and a Bronze Star for his time in the Army during World War II. So he lost a lot of time at the very beginning of his career where he would have probably been able to put up some good numbers. And I only bring that up to be able to point out nobody's won more games since World War II than Warren Spahn, and he actually might have been able to go as high as 3rd all time. He won 363 games, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, here it is, 363 games, and had a career ERA of 3.09. He was a 17-time All-Star, was a World Series champion in 57, won just 1 Cy Young Award in 57, led the National League in wins 8 times, was an ERA leader 3 times, including in 1961 when he was already 40 years old, led the NL in strikeouts in 4 times over the course of 49 to 52. Obviously has his number retired by the Braves and he's in the Hall of Fame, but this didn't really cost a lot to be able to pick up, nor did his rookie card that you see next to it when you kind of compare the rookie cards of like Yogi Berra and Stan Musial in the 1948 Bowman set. And I bring those names up in particular just because he's in that class, in my opinion, considering where he kind of ranks in all-time pitcher statistics. He's kind of right up there in like the inner class of Hall of Famers for pitchers, just in the same way I believe Yogi Berra and Stan Musial are for position players. And his card has cost so much less to be able to pick up. And obviously he has this wonderful autograph here, which for he and Feller did not cost me a lot to be able to pick up. Whereas if I were trying to chase down autographs of probably Berra and Musial of the same, if they were in this product, it would have cost a lot more to be able to do so. So that's just kind of it. I wanted to be able to kind of just briefly highlight someone I think that kind of gets a little bit overlooked. We talk about the great players of the late 40s and 50s and early 60s in baseball, but we don't really talk about the pitchers all that much because nobody really kind of stands out in the same way that you have your Willie Mays, your Mickey Mantles, your Roberto Clementes, Hank Aaron, the list goes on and on. But I just want to kind of point out, like I know Bob Feller was kind of at the end of his career when he moved into the 50s. He had some good seasons throughout the rest of the 40s. But Warren Spahn was at his peak during that time, and I want everybody out there, if you're not too familiar with Warren Spahn already and his career accomplishments, to just kind of take a time to look him up. Maybe you want to pick up some of his cards because you can get some great cards of his and some really affordable deals. I don't have his 53 Bowman yet, but that's one of the most beautiful pictures of Warren Spahn. I think he's got a great looking 1952 Topps card as well. So, do yourself a favor, look into it. His autographs aren't all that expensive either because he lived for a long time. And you could pick up an all-time great Hall of Famer, in my opinion, really at some affordable cost out there. Have a great weekend, everybody. That is it.